All right, guys, welcome back to another video. It's your man Jay. So it's time to take a look at the Umidigi A9 Pro. This is a very eclectic device because it comes in such a low price point and it's offering a whole bunch based on several other phones that I reviewed. It's just going to come down to, do you like the software, which I'm pretty sure you will, and do you like the performance, and you should. So this has 6 gigs of RAM, 128 gigs of storage, and the phone is less than 150 bucks, folks. That right there alone should make you happy. And it's got a Helio P60. That is something that is exciting about this device. Quad camera setup, and it has a 48 megapixel main shooter. Comes in several colors, but this is the black version right here. I'll leave links down below so you can grab yours. So let's take a look here one more time before I crack this open here. As you can see here, Helio P60. There you go, Helio P60. Android 10, 6 gigs of RAM, SD card slot, 4,150 milliamp hour battery, 6.3 inch full HD plus display, basically 1080 by 2340, 48, 5, 16, and 5, and then a 24 megapixel on the front. You can see the LTE bands there. This phone actually has band 66, so if you're on T-Mobile USA, you are gonna probably be happy if you decide to purchase this device because it's gonna give you lots of coverage along with all the other bands that is offered on there. Now this, right off the rip, it's in a case too, by the way. Has a case, little gray, not the best case, but you know, it's there. So you can see here the specifications once again are right on the front of the sticker there before you peel it off. Now I want to say off the rip, now this is a metal body. Let's get this off. This is a metal body. This is the black version. It's kind of like a gray black. It's actually really nice. You've got the fingerprint reader on the back right there. You've got the quad camera setup right here. Single tone LED flash looks like. And then you've got a power button right here. This is going to be an AI button more than likely. This is a metal frame on here. Headphone jack Type C. This is a metal frame all the way around. And it has a nice screen protector already neatly installed on here. And phones like this really shake up the industry. They really do. This is a beautiful, beautiful display. Now, one crazy thing you can do with this is you can check temperatures. It has an infrared sensor right there. Right there, that's how you can check the temperature of something. And I think that's pretty dope. That's got to be nice. We're going to get into the box again, but you have UFS 2.1, so some people might kind of frown on that. But I mean, for the package, folks, for what you're getting, a solid metal frame on this thing, 2.5D curved glass. I mean, 6 gigs of RAM, 120 gigs of storage, and the Helio P60. Don't frown on the Helio P60. Don't do it. It's going to be nice. So I'm going to go ahead and get this set up, and then I'll be right back. I'll get it signed in, and I'll be right back. All right, guys. Here's the front camera on the Umidigi A9 Pro. Just testing out the audio and just seeing how the device is. And overall, I looked through the viewfinder. It looks pretty good so far. So hope you enjoy. All right, guys. So here's a rear camera shot with the Umidigi A9 Pro. I think the footage is probably going to be pretty good when I flip this around, take a look at what I'm looking at it now. I'm looking at it right now. What do you guys think about the footage? All right, so here's the device. It's set up here, and what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and I've signed in. I've got my email signed in there, Wi-Fi set up. So there really is not much to this box. You have a charger there, a fast charger, and the Type C, a red Type C cable here. That's it. And then you've got just the manual and stuff like that with the SIM tray. Not much to that box, which is fine because we don't really need to look at the box for long. So I'm going to go ahead and put this in here, and then we're going to take a closer look at the phone. We're going to go through the settings and everything. I did set up the fingerprint reader. Fingerprint reader is definitely fairly fast. Since I clicked on this is just where you measure the temperature of things. So that is where this comes into play. So let me see. It says try it with your forehead, but you can actually do it like this as well. So I can go ahead and calibrate it. Okay, calibration done. Let me see if I can change it to Fahrenheit. Let's see here. Do you switch? Well, I won't mess with that too much, but nonetheless, I want to turn on my gestures too. But here it is. Here's the device. First off, screen is absolutely beautiful. This is a beautiful, beautiful display. I'm talking about, I mean, I know it's a 6.3-inch display. It has the, you know, the older style on the display up top right there with the camera on the front, the U drop on the front. But this is a beautiful display, folks. For under 150 bucks, it's hard to look at some of these phones and shake them off. And it's a fairly fast device too. So let's get into the settings real quick here. Like, when I say fast, it's fluid, I'll say. It appears to be really fluid. So just running through the settings here. Obviously this appears to be running a lightly skinned stock a device here on the software. So you've got your network and everything. You see, I put my AT&T SIM card in there and it's saying 4G up top, so that's fine with me. AT&T, T-Mobile people, you should get 5G, and I'll probably get 5G on this if 5G will pick up signal at least. But Bluetooth devices, you got your recent apps and defaults and everything like that. You've got your smart key. Now, smart key is this button on the side right here. Remember I told you that was going to be an AI key. So a single press gets me into that thermometer, and a double click gets me into the Zello, and then the flashlight is for the long press. So that's pretty cool. And then you got your navigation bar. You can see how it's set up. You can hide the navigation bar by hitting that little thing up there, and then you can turn on the little gesture down here. Let's see here. You got screen record. You can do a screen record. I think that's pretty dope. 3-button navigation. Now here's where I want to go switch on the gestures. I just prefer gestures now. And there's a little tutorial on how to do the gestures, but we all know how to do gestures at this point. 3-finger function as well. So I can do screenshots and split screen. It's cool. And then emergency rescue. Well, this thing's flying through there. Let's get back in here. All right, so that's under your smart assistant information. So the battery life here, you can see, show the battery percentage. This should be very nice, man. I mean, it's got a nice big battery in it, 4130, 4150. That's going to be a nice long battery life for some usage, I should say. So we'll get into that later. The display, sleep, wake. You got your dark theme right there. There you go. Advance. Let's get that timed out to 30. And then I'm waiting to get to the spot where I can change the gestures, because I don't not the gestures. Oh, wake up, John. You already changed it. Put the gestures on. I'm so used to having the gestures, man. I try to go into phones that don't have gestures and turn it on immediately. But anyway, let's go and check out the wallpapers here. We'll go into their wallpapers. As you can see here, that's a nice, vivid, bright wallpaper. These are some of the older Umidigi wallpapers that just showed up there, but only a few wallpapers on there. Sound, volume, do not disturb, vibrate for calls. Really loud speaker. Woo, that's loud, man. That's a loud speakers on there. Loud speakers, man. Really nice. Then you see you got your storage here. It has 128 gigs of storage on board. Only 6% is used with nothing on the device. I haven't put anything on the device yet. This is just their stuff. So that lets you know it's not a lot of bloatware on here. Then you got your face unlock on here as well. You can set that up. I personally set up the fingerprint reader because I thought the fingerprint reader was pretty dope. And then you've got your digital well-being, your Google services. The DuraSpeed is when it uses your fastest Wi-Fi and fastest LTE speeds. You know, you can turn that on if you want to. I'll leave it on just in case, you know, just because. And then the system, let's see here if I can get in here without exposing too much. I want to update, check for updates. So I'm on the September 5th security patch, and that's where it's at right now. So you got an FM radio, you got the Google Calendar. These are a lot of Google docs right here, and I think that's pretty dope. So let me check something here. Home screen settings, Home launcher. Let's see what this default launcher is. Ah, okay. So it's kind of like the Google. This is the actual Google launcher here. So they have their lightly skinned version. If you switch to default, it goes to more of a Google style for sure. Show Google apps and switch to left. Blah blah blah. All right. So here's the Google app. Boom. Pretty dope, man. Pretty dope. This is actually pretty nice. So no bloatware. When you put it on default, remember it changes to this. Their home screen puts everything on the home screen. So switching it to default, I think that's what it is. So Zello, I don't know what that is, but to me it's considered bloatware if I don't use it by default, and that's okay. But don't really see any other bloatware on here at all. Pretty nice. Now you have their toolkit, but these are just going to be, okay, I guess Zello has something to do with their toolkit, but you got your calculator, your wireless update. That's the wireless update to check for it. But overall, man, no bloatware on here, really. Now I'm going to turn off Wi-Fi here. And I got, this is my AT&T in here. It says that it's good in 4G. Let's go to a speed test. All right, folks. So there it is. A walkthrough of the Umidigi A9 Pro. I'm digging it. I'm digging it. I'm not digging all these fingerprints, but it is what it is. Nothing you can do about that. It's a black phone, and that's just how it's gonna go. Uh-oh, bumpy cam. Hashtag bumpy cam. A lot of people stole that from me. This is beautiful when it's cleaned up though, man. If this was matte, oh, this would be nice. So we're gonna pop on this case here. And the case, you know, makes it feel good. The fact that this is a solid steel, solid metal body on here, it's a thicker phone, but it's actually really, really nice, man. I think you'll really like this device once you actually get it in your hands. It's totally worth the price. Under 150 bucks, you just can't beat that, man. And T-Mobile customers rejoice because you get some really fast speeds with it. So it's your man Jay. Hope you guys enjoyed a detailed walkthrough of this beautiful device. I'll see you in the next one. Take care. More to come. Oh yeah, it's more to come.